So last week I was speaking to quite a few salon owners, and the big issue came up about raising prices. So not only is this a problem in hairdressing salons, but in so many service-based industries where the owner of the business is really uncomfortable about raising prices. Now, I understand what it feels like because I've been doing it for over 20 years in my own business. But it was actually quite disturbing listening to some of the things that these business owners were saying, because they felt so bad in doing it, in raising their prices. They weren't confident in raising their prices, and they were so worried about backlash from their clients or their customers about raising their prices. Now, the downside is if you don't raise your prices and stay in line with inflation and everything else that goes along with running a business, you'll eventually be out of business. So you don't really have a choice but to raise your prices. So I was coaching some clients last week, and the thing I told them about raising prices and how they felt about their customers, it wasn't so much about their customers, it was about them. It was about them as being business owners, as being humans, and the way that they see themselves. And it all comes down to self-worth or self-esteem. It comes down to how you see yourself, how you value yourself. And that is the big shift that needs to be made in order for people in business to be able to raise their prices and be comfortable doing it. So, a few things that I think can help you confidently in the future and now to raise your prices. The first thing that I would suggest you do is to write down on a piece of paper or whatever you want to write it down. Handwriting is definitely better. I want you to write down the type of person that you want to be. I want you to write down the type of business owner that you want to be. And whatever comes up, just write it out. Whether that's, I want to be a business owner with confidence, I want to be a business owner that leads the market, whatever it is that you want to do, I want you to write down the qualities and the values that you want to have to be a business owner, or just even for yourself. That is the first thing I want you to do, is to write down those things. The second thing that I want you to do is start changing the conversation that you're having in your head about this exact issue. So, you've written out now how you want to be. You need to start acting and behaving and talking like the person that you've written out. You are valuable. You're a really important person in your business, and you offer great value to people. So when those negative thoughts start coming into your brain, I want you to replace them with positive ones. And it could be as simple as, if you have a self-doubt type thing, or a self-worth issue, or a self-esteem issue, like, oh, am I really worth it? Can I really charge this much? When that thought comes into your mind, acknowledge that it's there, and then tell it to rack off, and then replace that thought with the thought of the person that you've just written out. So, I am worth it. I do add value to my clients. I've been a hairdresser for 37 years and I'm great at my job. I do great work. I offer great service. You need to replace all the negative things with all the positive things like that. Now, depending on how long you've been doing it for, I've been doing it for 52 years, so it doesn't just stop overnight. This takes constant training, and eventually, if you keep telling yourself these positive things, you'll start believing them. Trust me, I know this stuff works. The third thing I want you to do is I want you to write down who you want to be on a card, and I want you to keep that card in your pocket every single day. And during the day, I want you to pull that card out. I want you to read it as many times as possible about the person that you want to be. And the reason you have it in your pocket is that throughout the day, you only have to touch your pocket to feel that card, and then it's just a reminder of exactly who you want to be, and it makes it a lot easier to change the negative thoughts in your brain to positive thoughts. And, let's put this into an analogy of gardening. Don't know why I chose that, but I did. Imagine you have a garden and you're going to plant some new plants in this garden. Now, you can either plant weeds or you can plant beautiful plants. Now, if you plant weeds, you know what's going to happen. The whole garden's going to be taken over with weeds, and any other good plants in that garden are not going to grow. But if you plant it with good plants, your garden is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's the same thing with your thoughts. You can either let these weeds into your brain or your mind stay there, or you can replace them with beautiful plants, beautiful thoughts. Right? It's not an easy process, but if you start doing it now and you get into the habit of doing it all day, every day, eventually you will see your mind shift, and you will have the confidence to move forward, to stand up and understand that you offer great value and offer great service, and it's only fair that people pay for your service. Now, I know that this is a really big thing to do, and it does get you out of your comfort zone, but if you don't get out of your comfort zone, you're not going to change. So give it a go, see how you go. Let me know in the comments how you go, and if you need any help, if you've got any questions in regards to any of this type of work, please let me know. Reach out. All right, I'll see you soon.